In this class, we will write the program to find whether the given number is Armstrong number or not. Do you know what is meant by an Armstrong number? So first, what we will do is, we will understand the mathematical logic behind the Armstrong number, and after that we will understand how to write the program for that mathematical logic. So let's get started with the explanation. So what is meant by an Armstrong number? So what it states is sum of its own digits, each raised to the power of number of digits. So if the result of that sum of all the digits is equal to the given number, then that number is what we call it as an Armstrong number. So did you get the point? So I hope you are not going to understand in this way. So what we will do is, we will take an example. So here I have taken this example 153. Now what we have to do is, first we have to count the number of digits. So we can easily say that the number of digits are 3 digits. Now next what we have to do is, we have to take each and every digit and we have to raise each digit to the power of number of digits. So in this case, here if you take this, here what I have done is 1 to the power of 3 plus 5 to the power of each digit in the given number has to be raised to the power of number of digits. So the number of digits are 3. So what I have to do is 1 to the power of 3 plus 5 to the power of 3 plus 3 to the power of 3, which is, so 1 to the power of 3 is 1 and 5 to the power of 3 is 125 and 3 to the power of 3 is 27. So if you sum up all these values, if the result is equal to the given number, so the number is an Armstrong number. So that is how we are going to find whether the given number is Armstrong number or not. Now how to write the program for this? What we will do is, we will divide this entire logic into 2 parts. So the first logical part is to count the number of digits. So how to count the number of digits in the given number, already we have discussed. We are not going to understand the same logic again. So in the lab program 17, we have seen how to find the number of digits in the given number. So the same logic will get applied here. That is the first logical part. And the second logical part is to do this calculation. So how we are going to do this calculation is, so this second logical part, we are going to divide it into 4 parts. The first one is, from the given number, we have to extract the last number. Okay, so first is extract the last number. So let's assume that if it is 153, we have to extract the last number. Now the second step is, so whatever the number that we have extracted, that has to be made. So we have to make the power of 3. So because the number of digits are 3 digits, so we have to do that calculation for to the power of 3. So what we have to do is 3 into 3 into 3. So this is the calculation that we have to make for each extracted digit. Now what is the value for this? It is 27. Now whatever the power result means, all we need to do is, it is 3 power 3. So this part we have to do for the extracted digit. Now 3 power 3 is 27. Now the power result that we have obtained, which is 27. Now in the third step, we have to sum this to the actual sum. So initially the sum is equal to 0. So all we need to do is, it is sum is equal to sum plus this power result. So we will make it as PR. PR means the power result, which is 27. So what we need to do is, it is initial value of sum is 0. So 0 plus 27, the new value of sum is 27. Now what is the fourth step? The fourth step is remove the extracted number from the given number, means the original number. So what we have to do, it is 153. So from this 153, we have to remove this number. So how we can do that? All we know is, we know how to do that. It is temp divided by 10. This logic we have already discussed in our lab program 17. Okay, so where we have discussed how to count the number of digits in the given number. Okay, in that program we have seen this. So just remove this. Again, repeat all these steps. Means extract we have removed this. Now extract this number. So the second step is we have to find the power of the extracted number, power of number of digits, which is 5 power 3 has to be identified. Now this one is going to be 125. Now we have to add 125 to the existing sum, which is 27. Now the fourth step is remove this 5 and again repeat this. So this is how we are going to find the final value, which is 153, and after that what we have to do is we have to compare whether this 153 is equal to the original number, which is 153. So if these are equal, then we have to display what we have to display is the given number is Armstrong number. Okay, so this is the mathematical logic and the programming logic to solve this problem. So let's get directly jump into the program. So here is the program that we are having. So first step is the number of variables. So how many variables are there? So I have taken lot number of variables. The first variable, we will understand each variable in a very detailed way so that we can easily understand the programming part. The first variable is num. Whatever the variable that is, whatever the number that is given by the user will get stored in this num. And the next is temp. In order not to spoil the actual original number, I have taken this temporary variable. And the next is digit count. Means first what we have to do, the first logical part is to find the number of digits in the given number. So that number of digits will get stored in this digit count. And the next one is digit. So every time we extract a number, every time we extract a digit from the given number, so that extracted number will get stored in this digit. So that is the use of this variable. And the next one is sum is equal to 0. Initially, the sum value, the sum of all the powers of all the numbers in the given is going to be stored in this sum. So here initially it is assigned to 0. And the power result, whatever the sub power, so the 3 to the power of 5, 5 to the power of 3, so that value will get stored in this power result. And the next one is the counter for the loop, which is I. The second step is user input. Whatever the number that is given by the user will get stored in this num. And here is the logical part, first logical part. Now here what we are going to do is we are going to count the number of digits. So the first logical part is to count the number of digits in the given number. So let's assume that the number is 153. So the number of digits has to be 3. Okay. So now I've written some edge cases in this logical part. So can you guess what is this edge case is used for? So pause this video for a while and try to understand what this logic is used for. Okay. So now coming back. Here the temporary variable, in this temporary variable the original number is getting stored. Okay, so now we are going to check if the temp is equal to 0, means if the given number is equal to 0. So the temp is getting stored with the original value, right, which is num. Now if the temp value is equal to 0, what it means is if the given number is 0, the iteration to find the number of digits, so the count of number of digits cannot be done. So if you remember that logic to count the number of digits in the given number, so the temp not equal to 0. But in this case, if the user has given the number as 0, then this is going to fail. So I am going to address that edge case. If the value of temp, if the given number is equal to 0, so the digit count is equal to 1. Okay. Else, if the temp is not equal to 0, then we are going to count the number of digits. Try to understand this logic. So pause this video, go back to this if statement and try to understand again what we are doing, what kind of edge case we are solving. So that we need to understand. Okay, so go back and try to understand if you are not going to get that point. So here if the temp is not equal to 0, in our case, let's assume that we have the user has given the number as 153. So 153 is not equal to 0. So we are going to come into this else case, and this while loop is going to make you understand. So this while loop is going to help you count the number of digits. So the same logic which we have discussed in our previous lab program. So I'll go fast with this. So the temp 153 is not equal to 0. So temp is equal to temp divided by 10 means what we are going to do is 153 by 10. So the last digit will get removed. So the new temp value is equal to 15 and digit count will get incremented. So initially the digit count is 0. Now it will get incremented. So by the end of this while loop, once we end this while loop, we are going to get the digit count. So initially 153, now the temp value is 15, means digit count will get incremented. Again the loop will get incremented. So the temp is 15, 15 not equal to 0. So again we are going to divide. So we are going to extract each and every number in each iteration. Try to understand this. Okay, so the digit count is very simple here. We are not going to extract each and every number. That is not required here. So all we need to do is temp is equal to temp by 10. Every time the digit count will get incremented. So in the second step, the digit count will get incremented. So it will become 2. And now temp is equal to 1. 1 not equal to 0. So again temp is equal to 1 by 10. Here now it becomes, the value of temp will become 0 and the digit count will get incremented to 3. Okay, so as 153 is having 3 digits, we got the exact count. Now the temp is not equal to 0. Will it be true? No, it will fail. So understand this while loop again. So pause and understand it. Okay, so the second logical part. So with this, now we are having the number of digit count. So the digit count is there. So we are going to go into the actual part of this Armstrong number. So the actual part is the 4-step part that we are going to address here. Now again I am reassigning the temporary variable. So now the temporary variable is having a value of 0. I am reassigning the temporary variable. I am using the temporary variable again and I am using the, I am storing this temporary variable with the original number. So that is the reason why I am using this temporary variable. We should not spoil the original number. So for that reason, we are using this temporary variable. Now, the same logic. So we have to iterate. Let's assume that if it is 153, so we have to iterate until that 153 becomes 0. Okay, we are destructing that number, right? Okay, so the first step is extract the number. Here we need to extract the number because we need to use that extracted number. Try to understand that. Okay. Okay, so now temp mod 10 means to extract that last number, we are using this logic and it is getting stored in this digit variable. Okay, so now the second part is to make the powers of number of digits. Means extracted number to the power of number of digit is implemented by using this for loop. This for loop is helping you to iterate for number of digits. If the number of digits are 4, this for loop is going to iterate for 4 times. If the number of digits are 5, the for loop is going to iterate for 5 times. Now within this for loop, what is this logic? Power result is equal to power result into digit. Means every time we are going to multiply the digit starting from 1. Okay, try to understand this logic. Pause this video and understand this logic. So once we get the power result, in this case, 153 is having the last number is 3. 3 to the power of 3, which is 27, is getting stored in this power result. Now we have to sum the extracted power result to the existing sum value. Initially it is 0, so 0 plus 27, and it is getting stored in the sum value. And the fourth step is to remove the last digit. So the last digit, as we have used the last digit, now we can remove that last digit. So just removing the last digit, and it is the value is getting stored in the temp, and again the loop will iterate. Now the temp variable value is going to have a value of 15. Okay, now the same iteration is done. We are going to extract the 5. Okay, so now again the power result is equal to 1. Understand this logic. Again the power result is assigned to a value of 1 because we have to multiply. Okay, so now how many times does this for loop iterate? It is digit count times, starting from 1 to 3. So this is going to iterate for 3 times. Every time the power, the digit value will get multiplied by itself. Okay, so whatever the power result value is there, with that the digit value will get multiplied. Initially it is 1 into 5, and in the second iteration 5 into 5, 25, and in the third iteration 25 into 5, which is 125. So by the end of this for loop, the power result is going to have 5 power 3 is done. Simply it is 5 power 3. Now we have to add the 5 power 3, which is 125 value, to the existing value, existing sum, which is 27. Okay, so now 27 plus 125, again it will get stored in some value. Now the fourth step is to remove the 5. Again it will get iterated for 1. So all the work is done, and finally the while loop, we are going to come out of this while loop because this temp is going to become 0. Okay, so now after this, the final step, final display step is, if the value of sum is equal to num, the original value 153, if both are equal, then we are going to print the given number is an Armstrong number, or else we are going to print the number is not an Armstrong number. So this is how the logic for the Armstrong number is constructed. So let's execute this program and see how the outputs are getting printed. So here is the output. So it is asking to enter a positive number. Let's give 153. So is it an Armstrong number? Yes, 153 is an Armstrong number. We have seen it live, right? So we will see another number. What if I give 0? So 0 is also an Armstrong number. Every single digit number is an Armstrong number, because here the number of digits is 0 power 1, which is 0. So we are going to get it as 0. So 0 and 0 are equal. For example, if you take 8, how many digits are there? 1 digit is there. 8 power 1 is 8. So the given number 8 and the power sum of all the digit powers is going to get the same value. 8 is equal to 8. So it is an Armstrong number. All the single digit numbers starting from 0 to 9 are Armstrong numbers. Okay, so now we'll take another Armstrong number, non-Armstrong number, and we'll check. So let's take it as 25. Is 25 an Armstrong number? No, 25 is not an Armstrong number. How many digits? 2 digits are there. 5 to the power of 2 and 2 to the power of 2. Sum of these two. 2 to the power of 2, 4, and 5 to the power of 2 is 25. 25 plus 4 is going to be 29, which is not equal to 25. So 25 is not an Armstrong number. So another Armstrong number which is 1634. I know this is an Armstrong number. Let's check this. So 1634 is an Armstrong number. Okay, so that is how we can write the program for Armstrong number. So that's it for this video. See you in the next class with another lab program.